I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the Gauntlet.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge?
Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed, it would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty, for my own satisfaction, no less. No, I would not repay injustice with injustice.
Then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, Prince.
That's...
No royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave, and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice, a selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. And so did I walk onward.
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
What a lonely way of thinking.
What a lonely way to see things.
That's what turned you so cold-blooded, eh? First I've heard of it, but... Sorry. Means we got all the more reason to kill ya.
Luis! You're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still beyond you. Come, we decide our world's future here. Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world.
Okay, here's where I'm
Do
gonna
it now.
admit something.
Take him down.
Mercy, you never played a Persona or SMT game, so I don't think you know this. But in almost every single one of those games where Lucifer or someone of that biblical thinking is present, and they have a mortal form or a human form to
Only
mess
the
with the player,
strong can
they are
prevail.
generally almost always called Luis. So when he said his name is Luis, Angelo kicked onto it instantly. It took me a second, but I'm like, wait a second. No, yeah, that's just straight up Lucifer. And now it's all but confirmed as well. What are the odds you have something in your pockets?
Magla gather. Going to your name?
No.
Steal.
All right.
Even I pray you're ready.
I mean, I should have just looked.
Everyone,
What pockets?
Don't under. I call upon a royal soul. Let's
Wait,
do
no,
this
charge
together.
first.
My thanks.
That was helpful.
I will crush
Light us
the
power.
fantasy in your heart.
I'm still curious what else they have to throw at us, because so far there's one part they have not explained yet.
I shall
And that's
do
how
my best.
Moore's entire thing ties into this. That could be entirely saved for the epilogue.
Souls of kings,
I'm
give me
curious
strength.
how it ties in.
That helped.
Much thanks.
And Luis probably has phase transition stuff to like speak and show of,
This might
but I'm not sure how much of it we're actually gonna hear because of
Do this together.
this. Shush, Ragnath. Shush. Shut up.
Please allow me.
Let's do this!
Oh my god, he's very tanky.
Face my wrath. Your desperation shows.
Though Heisme dodged, so your entire turn is gone.
Now accept your fate.
I will crush
wakeful
the
is power.
fantasy in your heart.
erode. Masked dancer.
Alright.
No,
Now because it's so
grand
cheap for
maneuver.
us, another instant charge for the protagonist.
Quite a boon.
I'm grateful.
I'm all prepared.
Look here.
God, we're just not getting crits.
Very good. By all means, challenge me. Stake everything you have on this battle. I will face your convictions head on and crush them. This is but my first step towards my ideal world. There is no hope for you.
Oh. There
Take
goes the
this.
debuffs.
Too slow. You cannot run from your fate.
It sucks that you missed Heisme.
Oh, power of kings.
You could have done a lot there, actually, especially with the debuffs gone, but you had to miss Heisme.
Everyone, recharge! I'll give. Come on, follow me. I think not. Behold this power.
I should do this. I'm gonna not have the charge, but the defense down is actually pretty important, I think.
Forward.
There we go. We got a crit, but it was not charged, so we did not get the stupidly high numbers.
I do not fear death. And yet,
It's the final boss. You know he had more than one faith, right?
I'm capable too.
I admit,
It feels...
I continue to grow.
Yes, I've become stronger.
I think we've won this one.
So the power I have now is not enough. The Magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you. But I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as a Destructor King, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What? What are you...
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I'm to take your lives, I must stake my own, and all its power.
Damn! We can't get close! Tis a tremendous aura!
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Wait!
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Bloody hell! We can't even go after him.
There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now. Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
The Gauntlet Run is nearing its limits. Even if we catch up to him, we may not have a way to get into the Charduis. But we don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis. To the destruction he would cause.
Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm. Hop to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies! Ugh, of all times! Wait, how many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
Right. Understood.
Always were quick on the uptake, eh? No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the work?
Nearus, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it. Hop in, Your Highness.
Okay, no one's gonna die. They're all staying back. Or they're all gonna die.
Let's do this.
We hold the line! We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Got it! We're powered!
Not good. They're going for the Sky Runner.
Not on my watch.
Let's wreck him!
Hey, what are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye! We fly!
What? A noble must protect his people! Take this! Finally, I've earned my title.
She flies. Straight and steady. Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
What are you...
Let's fly!
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable. However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle. I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
I want to stop you. I want to be king. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. At this point, I'm going for the throne. And that thing, the throne, thankfully, its last step is over you.
I will be king, no matter what happens.
Interesting. It is not mere lip service, then. Your intent to surpass me is pure ambition. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward, trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed. So be it.
Such intense magla!
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength! How? It's happening so quickly!
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world. You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Oh no! Not again!
What?
Stop! No! No! This can't be! Wake up! I said wake up! Hey! Please!
My obstacles are clear. The boy
Open your eyes!
is no more.
Wake up! Please! You have to wake up!
Where? Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done? I ripped out my... I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, you're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world. Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway. But I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy. In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. The journey was all an illusion.
An illusion?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, a fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
Isn't this?
Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story, just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
No prejudice. What the fuck are you smoking? What's going on?
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I don't want to give up.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
That man was one royal sword away from death. You know it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure.
It was really all illusion. Even magic.
You still don't believe me. Why is that?
I have unfinished business there. They're the fucker that needs to be stabbed.
I still have unfinished business.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This isn't a utopia. I live here. It's so fucking far from a utopia. I don't know what you're on. It's the top shelf ship I want in, but this ain't the dream you think it is.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
I've been thinking about it for some time. Does the novel truly depict the ideal world?
You mean you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is utopia?
I understand now. It's hard to say it, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. That's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
I love how they're calling back to that, and they're even using the same music too, I think. The melody I've come to know echoes around me, rousing my spirit once more. Magic hasn't been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly, I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything.
I mean, Mercy, you could push it back a little bit. What's 30 minutes? It shouldn't take that long for us to beat this game.
Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
You hoped for death?
You hoped for death?
My name is Ethludius V. I once reigned as king. Or I am half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you. And this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth, when first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me a discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time. If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
Battle's not over.
The battle's not over yet.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is. I suppose how I promised to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream. Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I have to try at least.
I have to try at least.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
By this power.
Alright, man. It's gonna suck to be you in a second.
Come forth, royal soul.
Gonna watch your kid do a bunch of drugs for a second here. And then...
Hold on.
I'm in the front row, right?
To the rear guard. Forward!
Yep.
Better be sure.
Whatever you have, I'm pretty sure you don't resist Almighty, right? Or you're not immune to it, at least.
The magic seeds! Don't think I care.
What?
Let's say come forth.
You son of a bitch, don't you dare.
Still here?
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness. Why? Why don't you understand?
This is it!
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why do you resist it now? Why refuse me?
I will fight with pride.
I got plenty of MP to do this, man.
The magic seed!
Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand. This is for your sake. Be reasonable. You touched it?
That's a lot of defense you got there. Be ashamed if it didn't matter.
This is it!
What? So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you.
Technically unscathed, right? Alright, more.
What power to see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up? Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier gathered and united soul after soul. And now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind, to unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness!
How? Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
I have a fight to win.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author more, but as your father, the king.
The city before me fades away. I'm back in academia. I wrote my ideals as a fantasy novel because I believe that there is power in fantasy. Though all my stories ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past, perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy.
Now then.
So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations. My time as Moore may be coming to an end, but I can continue to serve you in that role. This could very well be my last time here. I should ensure I leave with no regrets.
What now?
The team said already. We are perfectly fine. Another separate save. Actually, yeah, you're right. This little thing here.
Listen here.
Finally understand it now. This is unmistakably the formula for the royal magic invoked by the king. Small wonder it was found in this room, for I myself am the former king who wrote it, at least in part. The royal magic brought many wonders to fruition, but the essence of my spell stems from one simple wish.
That means
The desire for guidance. One who would bring about the emergence of a hero, a seeker who would play an indispensable role in making this country rediscover the virtue it had lost.
however,
Not in my wildest fantasy could I have imagined that you, whom I thought long dead, would become that hero. Through the power of guidance, a hero emerges. Then the seeker archetype I awakened was you.
yes.
After I committed the formula, I used the royal scepter to invoke the magic that would put things into motion upon my death. Once it began, those words coursed through my mind. I know not what spurred me to do so, but I wrote them all down with frantic urgency. That's why the language of a faraway land is scrawled throughout the entire scroll. Even now, I don't know the full significance of them. However, I can only imagine they were an essential part in reaching the true seeker I sought. In any case, that very hero appears before me now. The cogs that have been set in motion can no longer be stopped. Oh, great hero. I entrust the future of this kingdom to you. Alright, Moore. It's time to head out now.
All right.
If you leave here, you'll be able to return. Are you certain you've done all you need to? Done all I want to. And we're fine.
What now?
I'm not going to use these items. I'm not going to... I have so many of these little things to increase flat stats, but honestly, it's fine.
All right.
I think we're good. When you leave that door, a predicament awaits you. If that's even a strong enough word. Luis transformed into a demon, and at his side, death itself.
However...
But you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story. Your own true tale of fantasy.
The kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Everyone! He's awake!
Is he all right?
Thank the stars.
Huh. Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out Highs, mate. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked.
True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse.
Huh?
What?
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to
Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
I'll figure something out.
Oh, hey, Gallica.
I'll protect all of us. We will win this. For the sake of our world.
Mask of Mirth, Mask of Ire, Mask of Joy. You know, for a final boss that has more than one of these things, more than one targeting thing, this might be a little interesting.
I pray you're ready. Everyone, we charge!
I've got just the dance for you. You must mass dancer.
And some thanks.
Much thanks.
That was helpful.
I will fight with her.
Give me more press turns. We can always use
Let us
more.
clean up. Now accept your fate.
This could end up going poorly, but let's see.
Critical hit. Heismay's a real
This
ace.
is the power said to belong
Didn't know
to a
if
priestess.
any of them repelled or anything for
Looks like
physical
we can't
attacks.
brute force through this one.
Take my fullest power. Be fortified. Thanks.
My thanks.
I call upon a royal soul.
In your fantasy.
Let's go for the Mask of Ire.
Spot.
Let's set it up.
On your guard. Be neither timid nor arrogant.
They have a lot of HP. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
I'll use what I must. Ha! Die!
I should summon her.
I shall confound you.
Thank you for the extra turns.
World of old. And
Come on, follow me.
But my captain knew you'd help.
Much thanks.
Thank you.
So let's work together.
Let's go further.
Fall!
Alright, one face is down.
Face me!
Here I go!
I doubt we're gonna get lucky again, but let's see. Oh my fucking god, alright. I can't do another royal sword, though.
In your fantasy,
I can lower the left one, though.
our new world
Light as a tower.
And from there, royal slash it.
This is it! Nice hit! That was perfect!
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever. Give in to anxiety.
Anxiety's gone up. Oh boy. Debilitate to Heisme. Someone nulled it though. That's the important part, but nobody dodged it.
Heisme! They've dropped your defenses!
Defense down only, and that's
Now
it.
accept your fate. How disappointing.
To take my fullest power!
Everyone still attack one, aside Heisme. Let's max that out. Actually, crit rate's still up for everyone. This also decreases their attack and defense, so let's gamble on not being weak to fire, or not being nullifying or repelling or absorbing fire. Good.
Behold this power! No, let's do this together!
Alright,
It's up to you,
charge.
Faith.
Quite a move.
That was helpful.
The
Lend me your
world
strength.
and its people shall perish.
Alright, you.
Forward!
Not a crit, though. Uh-oh. Alright, someone dodged and blocked, so we're okay with that.
Heisme! They've dropped your defenses!
I'm barely staying awake.
Even summoner! I channel my power!
Alright, attack defense has gone down for them.
I've got just the dance for. Come on! Follow me!
Let's try to help.
Much thanks.
I'm grateful.
Let's set it up.
Then let's get rid of
Please
this
allow
one.
me.
One face left. After up, the area remains calm.
I see your pain.
Can't believe this!
Someone got by weakness, but someone else dodged. Heisme, so we're all fine. Crit rate, turn to normal, and attack to normal. We gotta reapply the buffs.
Oh, power of kings.
I can do this. And its ideals have no need for you.
Everyone! Charge!
How's it going, Port Break? Welcome.
Dancer!
Alright, minimize that.
Let's go. We'll do this together.
We don't have charge anymore,
Maybe there's a better choice.
so I'll go for the standard attack.
The magic seed.
Hey,
Fucking really? Oh boy, 2 weaknesses hit.
He's building up an incredible amount of magma!
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
What? Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? I'm sensing deadly magma in the puppets. Attack him before he swallows more.
Yeah, alright, so that's your thing.
Some darker arts.
good. Lower that.
Pray already. No, not this. I must concentrate. I shall rethink this. Oh, souls of kings, give me strength.
Some people are low on
I
HP.
must do something. Thanks.
Much thanks.
Let's do this together.
All right, charge.
Quite a boon.
That was helpful.
I'm all prepared.
Let's hope for a crit or something.
If you would.
No holding back.
Nope, no crit.
Reckless baiting.
But we got rid of the sacrifice.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
I'll use what I must. How disappointing.
Take my fullest power.
All right, now we need to attack.
Everyone, charge!
Renew the buff.
No one here fights alone.
Keep charge going.
Quite a boon.
Thank you.
Lend me your strength.
And its people.
Get after it, love.
Got it.
It's magless baiting.
My world! My perfect world!
There's more to it, right? Final boss. You can't have just that. Yeah, figured.
Not yet. I refuse. I won't let it end like this. You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
This is our last chance. We've
All
come
right.
this far. We have to end this here and now.
Then again,
Now, unfortunately, because of MP that's left, we need to actually make sure we get some of that back right now.
allow me to use
I knew
this.
you'd help.
That helped. Thank you. Here I go!
Because odds are it's a new fight. So yeah, we lost all of our buffs.
Everywhere, we charge! Don't I call upon a royal soul! Let's do this together.
But my face.
My thanks.
I am grateful.
But if it's a new fight, that means I can do the drugs freshly anew again.
Bean, I'll use what I must. That all you have?
I can do this. Allow
Give us
me
crit
to
rates.
help you. Thank you.
Much thanks.
This is just what I need.
Reduces attack and defense. There's only also one thing to pick from as well, so that's it. We can get a crit. It's the end.
Let's set it up!
Come on.
I'll lend a hand myself.
How's this?
It would have been so cool if it was a crit, though. link has been severed. And you fucked up, my guy.
Beautiful dodge, Heisme. His aura's overpowering.
He removed his buffs, not or his debuffs, not our buffs. So we have some stuff that we can still keep going for. Keep trying to attack Heisme.
It's summoner. This may be excessive.
For victory!
I shall reap it after you.
I'm gonna actually pass so that way we can lower your stats right there again. And then I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep fishing, even if I don't have charge.
Let's do this!
Why can you not understand my ideals?
I see your game.
You fucked up, buddy.
Beautiful dodge, Heisme.
All power of kings.
I pray you're ready.
Make sure we still have our attack up buff.
Come on, help me out.
You can think.
Get that crit rate up. Or not crit rate, but charge effect. He doesn't have defense down anymore, but we still have stupidly big numbers in our corner.
Get him!
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Dawn breaks.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet. I have my ideals.
Witness!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
Now, die!
No. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Damn you!
Complete. I got the achievement for help anyone in need. Complete all quests. I guess only now that the game is probably done. And also, this is the last quest. We've done it all.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia and all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice... could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within, provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown. Reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins. me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who hath overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Look! It's him! Yeah!
Yay! Look! Look, that's him, isn't it? He won!
He certainly did, love. He really did. Oh, I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
You can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the crown theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
Of
course, I'm fine.
If you say so. Just do relax your shoulders once you're out there, okay?
We've all made due arrangements. You can trust in us. Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Your Majesty. Hope I can live up to the title.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
I don't know. That's always the answer you want from the newly elected king. How are you gonna rule? Fuck if I know. Like Alpha Extinction, we can change the world. Just vague, don't explain it. Embrace the politician lifestyle.
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
Things won't change overnight because they can't. But I highly doubt they're gonna want to hear that. I'll try to earn their trust. I don't think you can. People dead set in their ways are very difficult to persuade, especially when it's something so abstract as rule and governance. And then I'll let my words, my work prove my words. Probably the most sound way to do it, but it sounds like it's also like kicking the can down the road, and some of them are not gonna like it. None of these are gonna be the right answer, and I don't even know what the right answer definitively would be, so let's go for this one. It's what I honestly would say.
I know mutual understanding will come slowly. I'll just have to keep doing everything I can for them.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
Thank God the voice cutscene is like a split of both of the answers.
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach.
Or all of the answers.
Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Oh shit, just a 1 year time skip. How much have we fucked up?
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural that there would still be unrest among the people.
Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Jaime Noctul, no less. You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Ujif of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young Majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now. But smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Bah, can't be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
I do love the idea of like the king just goes out to get his own little snacks and treats and just do whatever he wants. Talk to people, figure things out.
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey! Isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh,
All this decoration doesn't suit me. How would Luis and Forden put up with all this damn finery?
Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait! I'm coming with you!
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up Sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other Sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them, or makes me want to go up and shake a Sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
It was good talking to you.
It was good talking to you, too.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see more optimism in this world. Still, it will take more than that to affect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
I'll wait until she comes back.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, let's keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are. I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud.
Phew. So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I suppose I have no choice.
What is it? You have unfinished business. 'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scandal, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
Oh wait, we get to actually talk to the people?
Alright.
Maria, where are you? This might be the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago now. She might be praying at the Grand Cathedral, just like back then. Before heading to the Grand Cathedral, why not talk to everyone else first? They're all in the royal capital to prepare for the new year, so let's find them.
Hey?
One last chat with everyone, it seems.
Come now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll return to resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressuring you to not venture out, that's not at all. Only that, as Captain of the Royal Guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Sounding awfully formal there, Hulkenberg. Well, that is think of your station. How else would the Knight Captain address the land's king? To be over-familiar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized face of the rank-and-file guard.
Of course.
That said, not a day goes by I don't reflect on our travels now only a year has passed. I owe regaining my pride of the knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince. And it was through you that I learned he lived yet, or he yet lived. I can't English at all, fuck. And in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported.
And so?
I never tire of the faces the younger guards make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. That sure brings back memories. Not only of my duel with Odin, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like what they were under Rodin's command. Soldiers take up their sword not for their power, but for the people. And as the champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king.
Well,
Do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do, though. I suspect soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just a king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth.
this I vow.
I will protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do, your majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
That's one down.
You're not serious.
Who is that right there? Oh, Alonso!
Pleasure
What
to
up, my
see
boy? Why, hello, your majesty. It's been only a year since your coronation, but you've been quite apt at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists and critics alike. Your opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? Oh, has it? I hadn't noticed. How kingly an answer. Never missing the opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stir the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in a day's work for the royal adjutant to the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope.
Hey.
I wonder if my mother would have the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I am doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm proud to be working hard alongside you.
Yes.
That's right. I suppose you is the best thing I can do. That's why supporting you is the best thing I can do. You're the one who's been able to create such lasting change in our country.
Now that you mention it.
Ah, that reminds me. Do you remember Dartram, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why this country's doing so well. There's nothing more to it.
Thank you.
I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you. And I am proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we, Nydia, can walk about freely in our true forms. You're curious what I look like in my true form? I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? You fucker, you know. Hey, Basilio! Hey, out inspecting again? Seems the right paint to me, but I appreciate you going to all the efforts. Making your rounds?
Hey.
Yeah, captain of the Trident Brigade reporting in. And I'm pleased to report that there's nothing to report, your majesty. So I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, innit? Still not used to calling myself a captain besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know? But don't you worry, I've got 2 eyes on them, even when I ain't looking.
But...
Way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I just gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer and fewer are turning to a life of crime to make ends meet. If Del could see Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out. And not just Del, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I wish they could have seen it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. As long as we keep him in our memory, it's as close to saving him as we can get, Vinka included. We built this piece with a lot of blood and tears. So I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them. What didn't to protect it. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot, though. So thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble, you spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I'll solve it quick like.
Oh?
Well, well, I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes in or goes. I'm on break myself.
Just...
Only try not to frustrate your royal guards overmuch, They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. But who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A UGF outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander. There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. They needn't look further than an outcast who became their king.
True.
Indeed. You face no shortage of persecution. And look at you now. Grand titles and posts across the nation are no different. Spread all across all the tribes. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make.
However...
Yet he stands for those very people, as symbol and representative. That king and those around him are mixed tribes. It has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural village. How's Tadari?
Now that you mention it.
Yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle, now that they've resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired that village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first steps. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history books.
We shall.
We've a way to go before the day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it, Your Majesty.
All right then.
Alright, there are no more here.
Ah, brilliant. Thanks.
It is turning into a Persona 4 style thing of like, I should finish it by 2, maybe 2:30, and here I am, 3:30, close, probably gonna end up being 4 o'clock soon.
My king.
Oh, there you are, Narukami. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon. Bringing souvenirs?
In that case.
Gosh.
Let's focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you the gist firstly.
Well?
The Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to become the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, I shall introduce you to my furry little friend. I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled upon this little guy in some kind of observatory, supposedly used by King long ago. Concerning the igniter on its neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he?
So...
Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. Is the cat from Academia, maybe? It may even be hiding him a secret as big as the Dragon Temple, or Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
And speaking of fate, on my way back, I end up meeting Mirthis. She's well?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
More than well. Her throat's been fine, and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We both keep soaring to new heights. Her in music, and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
Surely remember music was the first magic born in this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others. And when they make hearts swell, why, there's no end to the magic. So you just watch. With music and magic at my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents as the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted. And if it makes the world a better place, why, isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Rilla taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts.
All right then.
Alright, there's one over here. Is that Stroll?
Right
Nurus! Oh, what brings his Royal Majesty here? Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you?
Aha!
I know how it is. I have the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Instruction Development Bureau, and can research as I please now. But something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner as in the way I do.
About that.
I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing.
Oh.
I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner.
Perhaps.
Not that I'm ungrateful for gracious title you've given a man who used to skulk about, modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your palatial plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning, on the development.
Indeed.
And it's times like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Do you smell another relic hunt? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you'd pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they've become the guiding principles of my research, you know?
That's...
Convenience is important. I almost consider the safety and the effect it might have on the world. And an engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all.
However...
Still, it's no small feat to design what a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Ah, I knew it. What I need is stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl is sparkling clean, and I'm always ready for a takeoff.
All right now.
Nearest enjoying himself, and Kitty.
Wait a sec.
Isn't that the guy from Academia? From the place, if that place was made of magic, how is it here in real life? To say nothing of how he could have survived in a desert ruin buried in the snow, that should be possible. I just think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
He's a good kitty. Doesn't bother you at all? You sure are something. If memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in the Mage Academy. You think Academia was styled after that, maybe? Wonder what His Majesty, what Moore felt when he put this little guy in Academia. The cat tends to himself quietly, utterly impartial to us, as a cat does. Brigida! The king himself, out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft an upper royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Anything you'd recommend? One igniter in particular, in fact. Though I'm afraid we're all sold out of it at the moment. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children.
Say.
I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom, as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't help but think that if I had been in a position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented.
Brigitte.
What matters is how we move forward, though, right?
Yes.
Indeed. I can dwell on the past all I want, all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand. I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me, and that I, too, am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world.
Yet.
It's all the more reason I hope that the reason for people to wield them continues to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can, with all that I am, just as you do.
Speaking of...
Ah yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But then she was sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I'd commit in her name. You should come to play with us sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Aww.
All right, then.
The doggo. And is it Stroll? Yufa.
Greetings.
Working hard as ever, Narukami. Were you going about the town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself? I just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with people about their grievances and disputes as chief magistrates. Our court has time for that?
Well,
Yes, of course.
In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and theft, but those have been decreased markedly.
In truth.
As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial.
Alas.
I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show, anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think.
The reason is...
As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. And so I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention it...
The other day, I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. How is Ovi?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together. And then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God.
I do believe...
I wanted to fight for them, to have options, under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with them, all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes? Your Majesty? I hope you'll allow me to keep walking out alongside you in this.
All right then.
Everyone's getting happy endings? Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure if this is like actually because we did all of their social links, or if it's just because at the end everyone here can be talked to.
All right then.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? What? Barden, what are you doing here?
That's something.
What an unexpected coincidence. Your Majesty, no guards with you today? Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself left a meeting going over how the provincial government are doing. We convened for the new year.
Really?
I'm assuming you're pretty busy these days.
Well...
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but the job is its own reward, knowing what good it does for the town. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer. And when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my feelings so others don't repeat my mistakes, or my failings. These are right now?
But of course.
Indeed they are. The townspeople play an active role in policy and administration, and I'm not bearing the weight alone. Of course, some lords are like I once was, and would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, with all the proceedings and disputes.
Then again.
Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble.
Brilliant.
And choosing a king of our own will was all the expression we needed for change.
Lovely, that. Lovely.
Who is it over here? Hey! I'll go then.
Hi there.
Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself. Long time no see.
Oh, right.
Ain't it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on your Seeker recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic. Everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there. But what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think so differently. Makes my head spin. Makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull, if I can speak my mind. But the country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you.
Hold on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, come on, I'm just roasting ya. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with them making the lives of us Peppas better. And then they was. All my courts have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long.
See you soon, I hope.
But don't you worry your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up and in the report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, yeah?
Say there.
Stroll.
Hey.
Ah, skulking about the city again, are we? Which is to say Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse. Though who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. You haven't changed much either, Stroll. That's Lord or General Stroll, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk. I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself.
Even so.
You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles, a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times. But there are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? A fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling Elden traveler? Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved him, the Hellions.
Thank you.
The Hellions. I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you.
That's...
Give yourself some credit, Stroll.
No.
I still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You've a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way and I'll blaze the trail. Now and always, it's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me, now and always.
Say there.
All right then.
Say there.
Grand, innit?
I think I talked to most everyone. I have not talked to Maria, though.
Ah, wonderful.
So?
I think we've heard from all we can from people. Should we head to where Maria is? Let's go.
That reminds me.
Being here sure brings back memories. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament for the throne? She was crying back then, though. She's happy now.
But
you can say that again. This country's turned around since then. No doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me. What's up with that book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself?
Oh.
I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, you're only putting it to ink. That means you're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going?
Oh, hello there.
Voice acting.
Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
Place where I ought to be. A side of myself I ought to show. Path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Yes, I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right, the capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. Well, I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Steady on, Hockenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day. But we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals, no matter what may come, even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, as king's beliefs can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
It's not as fun though.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you've no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
I'm glad to hear that, but will that be all right?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? We'll just have to lead by example.
Right then, let's go.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind. Oh.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow! Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
Man, this game it's something fucking special. I don't know how, like, Alice can be very consistent in some of the stories they leave, and some of the notes they leave the story on. A lot of them are hopeful. A lot of them are, like, they give an air of it can change if you put in the effort. They're good with their themes, and there's something about this one that, like, really elevated itself in such a way that I did not think I was ready for. From playing the Persona games to trying out Etrian Odyssey, and I'm probably missing out a couple other things as well from, like, the other games that I'm sure this is references that I am just unaware exist. It mixed all of them together in such a fantastic way. Its story was fantastic. I love the music of this game. That rapping monk is fucking... He's my spirit animal. I respect whoever it is so much, and I want that music somewhere. I gotta go somewhere and get it. The 20 out of 10 game, I don't do ratings that much because I believe firmly that nothing can be perfect. But thanks to that, every game I play, if it's just like fantastic, outstanding, there's nothing but 9.5s. There can never be a 10 in my eyes. But, like, this game is special. It is, I feel, a fantastic experience of just a bunch of things being put together. Like, if I don't normally go 1 to 10, but I would say for another thing of 10 cannot be perfection. But instead, I will put it as something that is not only good, worthy of a 9.5, but special in some way that it does something that I have not personally seen in other games. Then, for me, this game is a 10. Not really for quality, not for story, not for music, not for art direction, but it's the combination of all of it together. The way it all stirs in the pot. It's just fantastic. SMT3 into all the graves. I already played Nocturne, Ragnats. It was not a fun experience. It's on the channel, and like, it was a backseating hell of a game because people kept on insisting on the True Demon ending. And I did not even know what it was because, again, blind playthroughs all around. And this game, I can understand where Angelo came when he said that he was going to play this game again after beating it once. Because I want to now. I want to go back into New Game Plus and just, like, see where all of the little hints are, because the story is woven so well that a lot of things are probably foretold far before you get to it. And it's only with hindsight that you realize that they are breadcrumbs leading you toward a conclusion. And I just never saw it. I did play it mostly blind, Ragnath. It's just a lot of people kept on trying to nudge me toward true demon ending, saying it was required, it was all this and that. So out of spite, I did it, but because of that actions, I kind of generally do not think fondly of SMT3. Like for me, it's one of the weakest in the series, largely because I streamed it. If I had played it on my own, I feel like I probably would have loved it more and loved the challenge and the discovery aspect of it all. But with it being streamed, people coming in and certain expectations of it really tainted a bit of that whole thing. I will still pretty much always want to stream games because I enjoy this back and forth. I enjoy learning, and when there's character creation, I love it all the more. That layer of I would never do this, and it makes the gameplay entirely unique. That's shitty. That's just how it goes. Favorite JRPG all time, and I'm happy that you enjoyed that much. I'm glad that you enjoyed it and that it got you into SMT and other stuff. It was technically not my first SMT game because I think that would be Devil Survivors on 3DS. Or I played the original on the DS, not the 3DS. For me, that was the first SMT, and I loved it to death. It's one of the only reasons that when I heard that it's tied to Nocturne and such, I was open to it. Well, that and Persona as well. What will be next on the vote list? I'll have to decide that later, Thudian. You're not going to see a vote list coming out anytime soon, because guess what? It's 4:12 p.m. for me, and I need to catch my bus at 4:50. I have less than 30 minutes to get something to eat, get changed, take a shower, and head out the door. But, like, if I were to just give a quick review for this game after it's done, play this game. For me, it is personally on the tier of games that if I were to stoop solos to do a tier list for all the games I've Let's Played on this channel, at the top of the top, at the cream of the crop, for the feeling after beating the game immediately, it is up there with Yakuza 7 and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Thinking back on it is when I'm going to actually have to see where my feelings settle and how I feel about it after like letting myself sleep on it and comparing it to other games more actively. Because in the moment, I think of it as the enemy of perfection. But I have to play other games. I have to let it sink in. I have to let it enter that part of my head where I have all my other game memories stored in there. Because I'm pretty sure right now, I remember only the good stuff a lot of games I've played. Not really a lot of the bad stuff. Nocturne included, despite how much that game is colored with the idea of it was a game that I played the way chat wanted and not the way I wanted. All in exchange for just saying that I played it that way. But like, in this game, I honestly don't remember many bad experiences. Granted, that goes with a lot of the Persona games. They don't really have, I feel, not that say that they're immune from bad experiences, but that the games are so long and so, not complex, but just time to complete is so much, I often will already forget the bad by the end of the game. I really need to do the same run and just think back on everything I did and was there anything that was just inconvenient, annoying, or anything else like that. Again, student, I have over 30 minutes. I am fine. I just need to eat and take a shower. Can you skip this or no? You can! Oh, fuck! Oh, Jesus! I just took a couple pictures. Fuck! Why is that the picture button? Why does the controller have a picture button? The fuck? God damn it. Alright, I guess, like, it's also the thing of, like, it's the end of the playthrough. It's the only time I ever say these things. If you've watched me play, you know how I play games. You know how I interact with the chat. You know a little bit about what kind of person I am. If you want to support me, follow on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. I stream currently every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday thanks to my job and other things that I have to do in life. But if I ever get better at things, I want to stream more because some of these games are long and I want to play them more. Why is the music gone? There you go. And if you want to support me monetarily, there is some subscribing on Twitch. Donations are open as well, and I love it. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Sudian. I want to open up more days, but life has to calm down first. And I guess on YouTube side, thanks you for watching the VODs here and just keeping this channel going. You said Wednesday though? I know, and I'm stupid. You know that already. It's part of knowing who I am. I fuck things up in English all the time. Why do you think in the middle of some cutscene I'm like, oh fuck, I can't English? It's just part of me. But on YouTube, thanks for watching. I read all the comments. If you feel like commenting, I always like hearing about people. Even the comments telling me that I'm stupid and I've done something wrong, because a lot of times I have. My channel was first playthroughs. It's just like someone playing a game that they've heard a lot about and hoping that it holds up. Because people often forget what a new player experience is like. Which is honestly next. It's up to the chat. It's up to Discord. Discord votes what we play on every single game slot. So it's up to you guys to decide if we're going to play Extreme Odyssey or something else afterwards. But understand, the longer it takes for us to beat games, the more games added to the list, and the more tight those races can get. I don't know, Capricorn. I have not seen the list in a while. I gotta add what's on the Twitch thing, and then put it in. I don't have a Discord button, Ragnats. Just scroll under the stream if you're watching on the PC, and just click the Discord image. That's it. On YouTube, subscribe if you want to see more. You see how I am, you see how I talk, you see my chat, the community I have here. I'm blessed by. If you want to join for it, subscribe, like. They do something for the algorithm, but I don't really look at it for those kind of numbers. I'm here just to have fun and de-stress from work.
Dear guest, from a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah. A new journey now beckons. In days of Eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
The fantasy lives on. Witness the ending. There's an achievement for just doing that. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over as is to a new game. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions, so probably not like certain broken things. Money, mag, royal virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype status, and total playtime. Let's save it. I always leave my first save open, so you can see this is the first stream we ever did. There we go. 99 hours and 34 minutes. Isn't the Friday Steam release coming up in a couple of weeks? Yup. And you bet your ass that's gonna be auto-victoried. I don't care what you guys do or say. I am playing Phantom Brave. I love that game so goddamn much. We're playing another unit builder like that, so I can have chat make units, and some fucker I know is gonna insist on their unit having the starfish as a weapon, if it's available in that game. It's just been so long. I want to go back to that sort of time again. It was fun. But alright, that's the end of this playthrough, so stay awesome, everyone. Hopefully, you'll let me continue one more time, another time. See ya. Let this remind you as well. There's a reason this game is not a 10 out of 10. Not everything's perfect. Prime example. This game fucking pauses when you alt-tab. It needs to let me hear the music. I love the music of this goddamn game.